suspected targets in a tree line, they might tell you to just do a sustained fire until it's confirmed, and then you can get more of a general description of where that target's at to put rapid fire on them. All right. No more questions. We'll go into target engagement. We've pretty much gone over it. It goes over point targets and area targets, and also linear targets. We've gone over it as single ARs. So what you want to do, if you can see the little balloons for traverse. When you have that, if you have a perfectly if you're in a flanking position from a squad that's in a file and they're perfectly lined up linear, you always want to either start from the middle of their formation, work your way using traversing fire to the left. Once you hit that left flank, work your way all the way back to the front. Now, usually if there's a squad like that, they'll have a machine gun or some other type of asset, and it's up to your fire team leader or assistant gunner to tell you where that's at, and what position they're in their formation, so you can take out that asset first. You always, when it comes to infantry personnel, you're the best anti-infantry. You want to take out their best assets first. That'd be AT, other machine guns. Even if they can differentiate command, you take out command elements.
And that's another thing for fire team leaders to remember. When you're directing the gun, you got to assign priorities to hit first.
Yeah,
hit the squad leader, then work over the rest of them.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll see guys just, okay, there's a squad, start shooting, and you're just shooting bullets everywhere.
Prioritize
and
targets when you're fire team leading.
And then their MG will be like in the completely opposite spot of where you're shooting, and he'll set up and shoot rounds back at you, and then it's just a big clusterfuck. So you always want to prioritize your targets. Remember, all their best assets should be taken out first, especially MG, because they're your biggest threat. Now say it's searching fire. Say a squad's coming at you down a road. What you would do is, once again, start in the middle or with the most prioritized asset. But you start in the middle, you work your way down, all the way to the front of the formation, actually just in the front of where their formation would be, and then you want to work your way back up to the rear. And once again, by the time you shoot the initial burst, they're going to disperse, but you still keep that concept. You still want to work your way down if you can see where they went to. Just keep working your way down until you get to the last position you've seen them, and then work your way back up, and just keep covering that entire area. All right, any questions on single? We've pretty much gone over all that like 4 times at least, I think. All right, dual ARs, my favorite. Now, what Aqua was talking about is called talking guns. Well, I'm gonna touch on it here in a second. I want to go over the same thing with your linear targets. When you have a pair of ARs, you want to coordinate with each other. Usually, we were going to use our ARs, me and the other guy, in conjunction with each other. What our squad leader would do is assign a fire team leader for just us. So he would have his 2 ARs. That way, he can coordinate fire and be effective as hell with it. And the other fire team leader.
Yeah, in the Commonwealth sense, there's a gun group and an assault group, and the U.S. used to use that back in like World War II.
Yeah, they kind of steered away from it. But yeah, my unit we still use, like if we were, it was situational dependent. But he would take my fire team leader and put the other gunner with us, and then the other fire team leader would have the rest of the squad. That way he can get the best control over his guns. But what you would do? All right, look at these guys laying right here. All right, say we had a linear target. Both of them would start in the middle of the target area. Say it's a squad. They start in the middle of the target. The left AR would work his way left all the way to the leftmost flank. Right guy doing the same thing all the way to the front or rightmost flank. And then from there, once again, just like a regular single linear target, you would move your way back to the middle. Once you got back to the middle, you'd break off again and go back to the flanks. And this way you're getting coverage on pretty much that entire linear target because you're using 2 ARs, so you're getting the front and the rear at the same time, or the left and the right at the same time. It's the same thing with the with searching targets where you have to go up and down. It all depends on what your fire team leader wants to do. Usually, the right side AR will cover the frontmost, so he'll start in the center, work his way to the, say, the feet of the front target, and then move his way back up to the middle, while the left guy will work from the middle to the rear. And same thing, come back to the middle and start all over again. And remember, while you're doing these fires, you're not just shooting and moving your gun, you're shooting points. Now you can do this fast, you can do rapid fire with it, but you just have to make sure you're going to these points. It keeps your accuracy up, so you're not just spraying rounds all over the place. It's ammo conservation 101 pretty much. Now what Akko was talking about with talking guns is when you're doing these, you alternate fires. Say AR right fires his burst, AR left will fire his burst. AR right fires his burst, AR left fires his burst. And what this does is it keeps a constant stream of rounds going down range instead of, because like in sustained fire, you'll take a decent enough break in between your bursts. So if you're using talking guns on sustained fire, it's pretty much rapid fire because you have two guns going in conjunction with each other downrange.
So it helps keep up the pressure, you know.
Yeah, and it's also pretty badass to watch two guns working pretty good with each other.
It's fun, it's fun. That's the most important point.
Alright, let me see what else we got. That's basically it, just some terminology things. Sector of fire, we all know what that is. Usually, if you have a competent squad leader, he'll assign you a sector. You cover that sector. Usually, he shouldn't make it so big to where you have to actually shift your body to cover your entire sector. You should just be able to traverse from the bipod. So if you do get a sector of fire and it's just way too wide, just let him know. You can split it up with the other AR. Your final protective fires, does anybody know what that is? It's basically a barrier of say a defensive line of fire. Everyone's focused on that, say that tree line right there, that'll be a FPF. Everybody's fires should be right there as a final defensive line, so to speak. Now, final protective line is an actual line. They'll give you the range, bearing of it, and you'll make it like an imaginary line on the ground and say that's your final protective line. You're dialed into that area, and that's where your fire should go. Usually this is what happens with the 249er machine guns. They'll give you an exact final protective line to use. That's about all I have written down. Aqua, you got anything else?
No, I mean, I think we'll learn more in theory. Once we get out there, you'll be able to correct some mistakes. I don't have anything specific. I would encourage any questions that anybody has written down or has for anything like that. Now is the time for them. 0 questions? I better see you guys killing it out on the fucking range here.
Alright, real quick, I'm going to go over some employment things. If you're part of a maneuver element, which a lot of times in urban environments you'll be part of the maneuver element, or you can be a base fire element. But as the maneuver element, basically you're with the squad assaulting. This is when you're going to get closest to your enemies. Like I said, usually it's a 300 to 500 meter engagement, so a lot of times you can't even see who you're shooting at, or you just see a small silhouette. But if you're part of a maneuver element, you're going to be up close and personal with them. As a maneuver element, there'll be a lot of hip firing, so you won't always be aiming down the sights. Because you'll be in close proximity. So with the 249 and the amount of rounds you can put down range, it's okay to hip fire. If anybody tells you different,
it's also, I mean, how much does the 249 weigh?
It's 12 pounds.
Keeping it up on your shoulder for 15 minutes while you're storming through places, not likely.
And usually, at least my unit and with my experience, they'll use this as in Fallujah we had a lot of ambush. That's the reason the Marines got got pretty fucked up the first time they went in, and we went back and led the assault. There's a lot of ambush spots. So what they'll do is they'll maneuver the 249s to take out any kind of MG ambush spot or RPG spots they have. They'll just maneuver you in there. There's a lot of times you just put the fucking weapon in the window and open up, pretty much.
Yeah, so it depends on what you're doing. In Arma, a lot of times I leave the MG or the AR as security element and breach in with 3 guys, or breach in. A lot of times when I'm squad leading U.S. Army squad, okay, we get to the door, I set up the MG or the AR at the most likely point for the enemies to counterattack us, and then I move in with as the 4th man of a fire team, and we clear that way. Some people bring it in when you're moving with the AR. Now, it's taught differently in different militaries, so it happens to be different. I never put the AR in the Corps. It was taught. I never put the AR on the outside of a formation. In the Army, they do it the opposite way. The AR, if you say heavy right in a fire team, the AR is by his lonesome on the right side. In the Marine Corps, heavy right is AR plus his assistant gunner on the right side, and the Rifleman on the left. So it varies, but I never put the AR on the outside of a formation. He's always got a Rifleman watching his back, usually 3rd in the line when you're trying to breach or get something, always on the inside there instead of the outside. It varies. Just be aware when you're leading this sort of stuff what the weapon system is. That it's able to put a lot of rounds down range. You're able to pin down enemy forces with it, and you're able to keep that final protective line. Why Brent was saying it gets used a lot is you can push that, okay, 200 meters down the road while we deal with shit in this area, attack this point, deal with whatever. It gives you assurance that you're not going to be overwhelmed while you're preoccupied with an objective. So there's a lot of ways to use it. Just keep it in mind. And obviously, Arma, we try and follow tactics here, but, you know, it's also good to try and innovate from time to time when you can. So just understand what the weapon system is, what it's capable of. Don't neglect it, and don't, you know, try not to get it too used in certain areas. Anyways, that's the leadership perspective.
All right, last thing, very last thing. Once again, this is more of a leadership thing that I'm gonna go over. If you're part of a base of fire element, and this even goes if you're part of a defense element, usually in real life, not UO and Arma, your platoon leader or platoon sergeant will augment the 249s or any other machine gun he has himself. He'll physically put up sectors of fire and things like that. At UO and in Arma, it's usually just squad leaders, whatever. But usually that comes from the platoon sergeant or platoon leader themselves. They will actually come to you, tell you where they want you to fire, give you your final protective lines or anything like that. But like I said, here at UO, they just kind of do.
Let the there's a speed issue too.
Yeah. But yeah, usually in real life, it'll be, you know, the platoon sergeant will come to you and talk to you, ask you about your day, tell you where to shoot. And that's about it for employment. I don't know. You guys want to go over how to shoot a plane down? Or no? Basically, get distance.
There's some pretty awesome
basically
Russian
get
and Chinese.
Distance, and say you have a aircraft coming in at that travels at over 200 miles an hour. Usually, you lead at least a football field, so 100 yards. Say a helicopter or something like that, you want to lead like about 50 yards or so. And without going too in depth, that's pretty much how you can use the 249 as an anti-aircraft. What you do is you trap. You get the direction the aircraft's coming. You set a point to trap them. Once they hit that either half a football or full football length, 50 to 100 yards, you go ahead and just send a steady stream of bullets, and then you actually adjust off your tracers to match the flight path, and then let them fly through the stream of bullets. I've never got to use this in real life because insurgents didn't have helicopters, unfortunately. But that's about it. We can go over some range stuff. Aqua, how you want to do? Y'all have done range more than me on Arma.
I don't know. There are a couple of methods. One is to brick out a certain distance that the problem is that we do it on a bunch of different maps. It's not like we have the same AO every time. You can kind of understand.
I've got targets, so I can pop them up.
Well, there are a number of methods. You can obviously use the sort of how long and usually that's 100 meters. Figure out exactly how long 100 meters is, and then walk from there, and then kind of double that, triple that, quadruple that to get your actual space. In Arma, because we're able to use the map so much, the idea is to use the map when you're dealing with that. So you look at your target. If your land nav is good, you should know exactly where you are, and you should have an idea where your target is. Get on the map, zoom in, find out where it is, look at your grid squares, estimate, then come back up. You can also use your map tools if you've got that set, if you've got time, and are playing like a lower mission. If you are a squad leader and you have a vector, you should be, when you're dealing with your ARMGs, if you're in a defensive situation, if you're ever static for a minute, you should be running around to your ARs, and you should be giving them fucking numbers. You should be, okay, that tree over there, 400 meters. That tree over there, 335. You have to augment. If you're the only one with a vector, you need to augment everybody's natural, guessing, so that you don't have to guess. You should be doing this with any significant AT as well. Now, guessing mills with binoculars is complex, and you can use the mill there it
is right there. I don't know if y'all can understand that. I still can't do it.
Yeah. So this is essentially what happens is 2 meters. See, it's the distance between that. But really, I don't like that method because it's reliant on pulling out your binoculars and using them on all this sort of shit. I would much rather have you understand either using your map, or the best way really, because you can do it in half a second, is just, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time. But just make sure that you have that mental picture of 100 meters in your head, and then, or 200 meters, if you like 200 meters, use it that way, and then doubling that or tripling that. Instead of trying to guess just, that's what the distance to it is, just say, okay, that's 200 meters. He is about half that distance further. He's close to 300 meters-ish. Guess there. Use whatever tools you have. There is absolutely no embarrassment. There's no macho prize for the guy who can guess the farthest distance. Maybe you can find employment as a carnival freak. Just make sure that you're using everything that you have available to deal with it. Does everybody know what mills are, actually?
Yeah,
I'm going to guess that not everybody knows what mills are. This is a good group of people, but mills on your compass are marked. You've got what's the highest range? It's 0 through 64, and that's subdivisions of the degrees, and that relates specifically to the numbers that you have on your binocular. A lot of this is a little bit better as far as if you go ranging for artillery. I'm not spectacular at it. The best way that you can usually do this, and I say it again and again, simple is best. So instead of pulling out your binoculars, doing a comparison, or getting your map tools out and dealing with that, just learn the distances, check your ranges, and be ready to compensate based on the distance that your shots are there. Simple is best. Do it easy. Do it right.
Yeah, just like I said, it just comes with time. I spent so much time on range with 300-meter silhouettes that I can pick 300 meters up like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And then adjust from there.
That's the way you want to work with this. That's the way you want to work, and that's kind of the reason that things are scaled out that way. But pick a distance, figure out where it is, and make sure you double or triple it. Sometimes if you start at the beginning, maybe you can ask for help judging the distances or whatever. We'll go over them here, and I think you guys will pick it up towards the end, that you can kind of guess based on the distance there. and simple is always easiest instead of fiddling with things. And if you are a machine gunner with a 7.62 weapon, or just you've got a squad leader not doing too much, ask them for spots if they have a vector or if they have something else special. So, you know.
I'd like to comment further on that.
Yeah?
On particularly on the spotting. That is, as soon as you are in a more stationary position where you may wait for a while, be it an ambush or just holding for a moment or whatever, either do it yourself, but preferably the fire team leader should do it, or even the squad leader. But that is assigning areas by name and preferably by range, so that if we look over the field, we, for example, have left tree. It's a group of trees bearing 045 degrees. Name left trees. And giving out simple reference points, because then if you get targets by left trees, then everyone knows where those are. And it's very important the gunners on the ARs and machine guns
when you're surveying
fire on those areas.
When you're surveying a field of fire, when you're setting in a defensive position, this never gets done. But identifying different groups of areas where it needs to happen. When I am prepping an ambush, I like to use sort of phase lines, engagement lines, and I'll, with a cluster of names on them, and I'll have different area. Okay, this is XYZ. I'll have one with whatever names, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, or whatever, and those will be phase lines, and inside those are going to be my engagement areas. So I have enemies popping up in blah, 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 whatever. That's all ambush planning, and it's something that people really don't get into. I mean, there are fairly few ambushes that we conduct at UO.
Also, during SBF, support by fire, it can be pretty important.
Alright, let's, if you don't have one already, go to the weapons box over there, grab a 249, and, you probably have some crazy shit in your gear. Just drop it all and get 3 or 4 belts. Make sure it's tracer belts.
We're gonna do iron sights first.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
grab
everybody
the
get an iron sight 249,
iron sight.
Earplugs, binoculars, shit like that, and 3 or 4 belts. I'm gonna take a piss and put a beer in the fridge.
I think I'm gonna grab a beer.
Alright, once you get your 249 and your belts, just head out to the range and you can go ahead and pair up. We need a gunner and an assistant.
Because we can go by squad numbers or something, so for second team here it's me and Bertrand and Gabe and Ash.
Alright guys, if you look down the range, you'll see white barrels, red barrels, and I can't tell what those other ones are. Your range is to the left of those barrels, so where I'm at right here, my range would be white. I'm on white range, and so on, just so we don't get confused and we're shooting other people's targets.
Like right here, this is red range. Or actually, he's got it set up. Yeah, I see how he's got it set up. Your fucking barrels, whatever barrels you have by your
Disregard that. Whatever barrels you have in front of the range that you're at is the color. I see how he's got it set up now.
Why does he have white barrels going down on the green range?
God damn it.
Alright, everybody go ahead, pair up. Give me a gunner and an assistant laying next to him. Go ahead and crawl up on the little firing position there.
Hey, Ash.
Hey, Inko.
Hey.
Hello.
Alright, let's go. Is there another one?
There's only one.
Okay.
Alright guys, we're gonna do this half speed, so take your time, get your range right. You don't have to worry about rushing. This isn't a competition. This is just to get you familiar, and then you can build your speed up as time goes on and you get more comfortable. Alright, assistants, what I want you to do is give him fire commands. Work on alerting him, giving him his direction, description, method of fire you want him to use, and then the command.
Well, what's even in front of us? I guess we're firing at the red stocks.
Hey, we're
No, I got the targets. I'm gonna pop them up. Y'all just get ready.
Move to the far left one.
How do you find the range on
Alright.
the night?
Okay.
You gotta press R to load in the battery.
Don't really see any
and then just click.
references for range. But
Oh, okay.
at bearing,
Alright, instructors, what I want you guys to do is just make sure they're using communication to hit these targets.
I'm back. I'll take the left part of the line.
Right of the rock.
I take the right.
Alright, I'll just hang out.
There's like two rocks that are in front of the back
Okay,
of
also,
each
I'm
other.
not exactly sure what we're doing.
065 is to the right of them.
I got them set up on the. Is somebody over here?
Edwards and
Go ahead,
Space Line
set
are
up.
using this lane.
Go ahead and set up over here.
hang on, I need to play with the graphics.
Get on the fighting position.
Just minute.
Alright, if you're firing, you should be laying on this small mound that looks like a pitcher's mound. That's a fighting position.
And
Guys, this is
see.
not.
I think the patch of bushes or trees is
Yeah.
400-500 meters, more 500.
Yeah, get them going.
Possibly
Over.
600.
Yeah, Psyche, get those guys
Alright.
way over there.
I'd even say 600 is a bit far out on the map. This is what
Alright guys, remember I'm gonna pop these targets up and I'm gonna leave them up for a little while, so
Seen?
just work on communication with getting the fire commands and getting them on target. We'll get a few bursts out of each gunner and then we'll switch up.
I think the two rocks on the left. Name
Yeah.
two rocks. Or, well, name left rocks. Left rocks.
Yeah, I
Can
see them.
everybody see out
should
to
be about
800 meters? Because I got some
350
pretty
meters
far targets.
Yeah, if the trees
Guys,
are
make sure you
600,
keep
yeah, that
up.
should be about
Yeah,
right.
pretty low at the beginning.
You see the furthest white barrel?
Yeah.
To the right of that, there are two rocks. One is the bigger one is closer to us.
Yeah,
See.
Alright, you can do those two rocks. We can call those the rocks.
Yeah. I guess they're the closest out of
What
all.
more
I
decent
guess
reference do we have? We
left
have,
rocks,
Alright.
and then
Roger.
right
we have the
rocks.
close
would
rock
be,
on the right.
I don't know, from
the-
near the red
Both rocks
barrels.
are quite far away on the right,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
closest one,
End of the red barrels
Yeah.
to the left.
that's
Alright,
left rock.
fires, get ready. We're about to
Yeah,
commence first
that would be
course of fire.
350 meters as well, I think.
Yeah,
And
about
then,
that.
yeah, that should do good. I'm just not sure what the range is on any of
Okay,
those.
Yeah,
I
no.
would shoot at 300.
Gunner, two targets. Right rock, above and to the left.
Hey,
Two
Aqua, why
targets,
did they all
right
sound
rock.
You ever notice that?
Um,
All range instructors sound the same.
I think they go to a special
So I guess we're waiting for targets now.
They use the same insults and everything.
so you want me to
Alright,
open fire?
I popped two targets up. Assistants, go ahead, talk your gunners on the target and commence
I
fire.
don't see it.
Okay, we're free to fire. Open fire.
Stand by.
Perfect hit. One
Fuck are they shooting?
slightly
Oh,
left.
see.
I don't think far lane. Oh, there they are.
They're not using tracer rounds.
Keep up the fire. We're on target.
The graphics
Good, both targets down.
Hold on, there isn't enough. It's on the right hand side. Reference right.
That was easy.
See?
Yeah.
Add 100.
Was that 400 meters? What was it?
Hey,
Alright,
you guys,
eyes on.
do you guys
Um,
have tracers?
Yeah, I set it to 400 meters.
I don't
Um,
see tracers.
Perfect.
Alright.
No, I don't have tracers.
Go ahead. Hey, go run and get some tracers real quick. That way,
Okay.
should be a should say belt tracer.
Okay, then we'll
Yeah, okay.
switch to tracer belts.
I'll get them.
Yeah, grab some
Copy.
tracers that way.
I think I see something.
2 green targets.
Copy that.
Okay, now. Okay, so when you're on target, make sure you just acknowledge on target.
Any other day.
And then, Edwards, you tell him how to fire and then when to fire. So, you know, sustained cover or, you know, 3 bursts on target, on my go, and then say, you know, shoot or whatever. You can use whatever words you like. The military is real strict about using specific words, but I always hated that part about them. So I use whatever goddamn words I please.
I get that.
I just said that shit.
I get that. I'm just saying I'm surprised that even this close. Like,
Yeah, you can't, dude. Like you will rarely, honestly, be able to see what the hell you're shooting at.
Alright, there's one.
If you wanna switch positions already.
Yeah.
You see that, Ash?
I think
Yeah.
it does. Okay,
I mean, I can hit it from here.
target near, just below hill. Straight front.
What's going on?
Took our fucking target.
Brent, can we shoot or?
Good hit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at that.
Once you shoot, they
Right
they
there.
come back up. So if you guys just want to
Oh, they hit
alternate,
it first.
Oh, okay.
We can without the binoculars.
Are
Guys, I
the ones
want you to go ahead
are the
and make
ones in
sure
the
you
back
notice
in the
your
back
beating
backup?
zone and how you manipulate that beating zone when you change positions and everything, or make adjustments.
I got no more targets at this time.
But make sure that you're hitting.
Roger, let me try.
So that's fast rate of fire. Now sustained's gonna be a little bit more like this.
Alright,
Alright, I
next set
got
of targets
targets.
is up.
Reference close pines, left side.
Same.
Okay, that's
Hit new targets.
Right, reference,
Reference trees.
on the close pines, lefternmost tree.
Back
Yeah,
from left
eyes on
side.
targets, 2 infantry on the shell script.
Just to the edge of the
Confirmed.
trees.
Alright, stand by for range.
Oh, over here then.
he's got a compass too.
Stand by.
Inca, whenever he's paused in his burst, go ahead and give him some little short
Okay,
commands
shift
on how to
left,
adjust him.
100 meters. No, shift left 50 meters. Shift left 50. Left side of the trees. Yeah.
Alright, estimated
Good height.
range
Keep
is
shifting
gonna
with left.
be estimated range 600
On
meters.
target. Keep it up.
Alright,
Sweep that area left. and
Alright,
right,
stand by.
100 meters.
200 meters.
Gotta reload.
10 meters left and right.
Reloading.
burn ready. Up 2 meters. One target
Perfect.
down. Left 2 meters. Up 1 meter.
Good targets down.
On target, 1 target, next target down.
I'm just gonna try to measure these for fun here. Let's
Alright, you're
see
on target.
They are.
I'm set at 600 meters and I'm pretty much putting the crosshair right on the target.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
those
Then I
are
judge
around
that area
600.
right.
So.
Look at this. Now let's see here. They are about 2 mils.
Alright, you're on target, you just got one
Now
down.
see, remember at 600 meters, you might have to check your wind because you might have to make small windage
Down
adjustments.
1 meter. On target. Yeah, you got him. I mean, you got him multiple times. They kept coming back up. You kept shooting.
Roger.
Are you guys ready for this one?
Alright, sure.
Yeah, range measuring was pretty off with the binoculars.
Practice.
Yeah.
I still can't range with the binoculars worth a damn.
Definitely.
I did that one with my naked eye. I guessed 600. Not guess, but I
The
just
dudes
looked at
are
it with my eye.
Sort of
I
like
do better
1.5
just guessing it.
mils.
Same.
I rely on the map.
Coming in time.
Alright guys,
Yeah,
your next target's up. You're going to have to look for them. They're going to be far off. I'll give you a hint. It's gonna be some small vehicle type targets with maybe 1 or 2 infantry.
Okay.
You know, anything beyond like 600 point targets, you've got to have a 7.62 class weapon system. Remember to talk, guys, back and forth. Hey, how's this going? Hey, how's that going? Just kind of bullshit as you go along. It's an important part of how you're going to deal, how you're going to talk him on at targets. When we're here for a while, register different areas, you know, go back and forth.
I can't see them. Let me turn on my objects detail.
I can see some in the next range.
Make sure you're, guys, make sure you put your view distance on at least about 4,000.
Oh, that explains it.
4,000, yeah.
Yeah, if not, it'll just your view distance is crazy low. It'll just look like fog where they're at.
All right, let me try that then.
Reference now.
Yeah, it was at 1600 default.
Yeah, me too. I just switched it. I can only see a tree line, but I don't see any movement.
Oh, I saw those the entire
What's up?
time. Those
We gonna do more
targets
or?
Yeah, I got 800 up right now.
Sure, let's
Oh,
go for
shit.
those.
Did
All
they
right,
find?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say,
they're out there.
Estimated range
Hang on.
700 meters.
They're way out there.
Alright.
It looks like it's like some little Jeep targets, like little vehicle style.
Alright,
You sure
estimated
you got one
range
on the far
700
left?
then I
meters.
have-
Yeah,
Begin
I'm looking at it right
firing at center mass, move left.
It's
and
those
then
4
Why am I
targets.
What would you
retarded
call
not
that
seeing
trick?
this?
I think-
050
What did he call it again?
I don't have eyes on my targets.
065
050 905
065.
meters.
Targets
So
are
Oh,
that's
yeah.
outside our range.
I was looking
700
too far
meters.
left, way far left.
one of the middle
Okay,
targets.
yeah,
Inco, you
right
guys
to,
are gonna
left
be at about
of the
800,
leftmost
850.
tree in
Yeah,
the close
straight ahead
spine.
of us.
I understand what kind of targets
Alright,
you
begin
need.
firing just to the left of the
It's little fat black
leftmost tree
ones.
in the close spine. 700
Okay,
meters.
gunner,
That's center
Yep.
mass of the targets.
4
They're
black
linear to
targets.
us. Frontal.
Line formation, front,
Copy.
target
Move
area,
right and
reference
up 1 meter.
trees, behind trees, distance, 700 meters.
Way too high. Go down a few.
So the trees we just fired upon earlier.
Move left.
Just
Oh.
beyond the
1 meter.
trees,
Yeah, yeah.
100 meters past the trees. 4 black targets, line formation.
No eyes on tracers. On target. Up. Like half a meter.
Shift
On
left,
target.
50 meters, down 50 meters.
Alright, go
Much revenge.
just a little bit to the right and a little bit up. Not even like half a meter. You're too low now.
Perfect. So this spot on the right target.
Move left.
3 more targets left.
So move left a little bit.
Left like 1 meter.
Yes.
Very
What
well
you
on
can see.
target.
Reloading.
Don't move left to
Yeah,
right,
everything
just
is
go a
from
little bit
right.
up. Very little.
I can't
Hey,
see.
guys,
I can't make it out.
Okay.
On target, continue firing.
Okay.
Hold
Shift
fire
left
for a second,
20
guys.
meters, up 10 meters.
Shift left 20, up 10.
Alright, listen up. One thing I forgot to go over. At the end of your belt, you'll have 5 tracer rounds come out. That means that the belt is about to run out. It's got 5
Shift
tracers.
left, just as much again.
I'm gonna try. You see 065?
Raise 5 to 10 meters, left 10
You see
meters.
065? The thing, the targets. Do you have your binos out? I'm gonna try shooting.
Up 10 meters.
Alright, firing. Left of the left turn tree.
Drop.
Up 50 meters. Yeah, okay.
Right.
The tracers are all over the place. Yeah.
Reloading.
Then on the box.
Yeah. Yeah. See what I mean by tracers? You can't really go by them because they're all different.
Yeah.
I can't even make out yeah, the target.
Bertrand, you can't see them?
No, I see something black, but yeah, I can.
Yeah,
It could
so
be anything.
those
I'm
4
gonna get
black-
next to you and see.
4 black dots in a line over there. That's the target.
Yeah. All right. Bertrand, you see that pine tree? You see, it has 3 pine trees and there's like one to the left by itself.
Yeah.
Straight left of that, you'll see like little black targets.
Yes, those are the ones I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Just left of that lone pine tree.
Yeah.
Burton, what range have you set now?
Try
800.
You say drop 10, what
Roger.
10 what?
Go ahead, set it on 900, Bert. Trying to see how that does.
Yeah.
So set to 900.
Does it go that high? Because some of them only go up to 800.
Yeah, it can go higher. It goes to 1,000. So set at 900 now, opening fire.
Yeah, set it.
That's too high.
Alright, now drop it down.
Yeah, set
800 again.
Just do it. Yeah, just do an aim and point adjustment. Just drop it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, slightly above. Set 700.
700.
Moving side up to 800. Okay, ready? I'm gonna aim at the target to the left of the
Alright,
tree.
now take your...
Yeah,
now you gotta do an
good.
aim and point adjustment. So take your sight and just aim up a little bit.
Okay, when I give the adjustments, imagine I'm adjusting your beat.
There you go.
On target.
Raj.
I think,
So the gun seems to drop a little bit as well.
Target down.
There you go.
So are they all down?
You've also got full wind left, right, so you might have to make a little bit of a windage adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to check for wind.
Yeah, you got full value from left to right.
You want me to...
It's just a light wind though, so.
Yeah, very light wind.
How do you know it's light wind?
The color of the arrow.
The color of the arrow.
The more red it gets, or even purple, the worse it is.
There's a chart somewhere on the internet I've seen that gives you the colors and around what the values mean, but I can't remember where it's at.
Green is, I think, 1 to 2 meters per second.
I have
Yellow
a circle on left.
is like 3 to 5 or
What
something.
the fuck was that?
Then you have orange, red, and purple. I think purple is 15
This sounds like an
meters per
M60.
second, so it's storm level.
yeah, it's on target. On target.
Okay, Bertrand, let's take
I think that was like
target
perfect
number
from what I
3
just
from
saw.
left.
Target number 3 from the left.
Range 700.
Range 700.
Yeah, fire at will. Sustain rate of fire.
I can try.
Much further right.
I mean, you can try
Your
shooting.
leftmost target.
Oh.
Targets right.
Alright guys, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and switch up. Gunners take the assistant spot, and assistants take the gunner spot.
Okay, we're supposed to switch,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm out of ammo anyway.
All targets down, hold fire,
All
hold
targets
fire.
were down. Alright. I was about to say it. You hit that.
So good, I dropped 4 at
Right.
once.
Can I grab your, you know...
Binoculars?
Yeah, or I can. I forgot to take them. Thanks.
Because I don't know about you, but I don't.
Alright, you guys are doing good. If you haven't switched up, go ahead and switch up. And keep up the talking.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm so
we just did.
pissed. On Steam, they fucking lowered the price
Alright.
of Hitman Absolution by another 50%.
I bought it when it was 75%. I got it for like $5.
I see. Right now it's $6. I bought it for 12. I'm so mad.
Yeah, I bought it for like 5 something, I think, because I had a some kind of little discount too. Anyways, let's get some more targets.
Fuck.
Well, apparently his family makes alcohol. Apparently that's the family business.
Target in the middle of the
Eyes on
field.
target.
Alright guys, you can
Left
fire
of
whenever
the rocks. Yeah, right of the rocks, in the middle of the field, 350
Rocks go
meters.
right in line with the closest left rock.
One target,
There's a shell scrape and 1 times infantry.
open fire,
Linear.
Eyes on.
sustained fire.
Copy.
Target down,
Range 350 meters. Range 4.
Target back up.
The shell scrape.
Range 400 at the shell scrape.
target down,
Copy. Begin fire.
target up,
Firing.
target down, target back up,
Hey, guys, can you
Target
throw out
down.
target array? You already hit him. Can you stop shooting at that one so
Yeah.
we can try to hit it?
Hold
Thanks.
fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, begin firing. On target, move right. Very, like, less than a meter. On target, continue firing. Target down.
Roger.
Spoon.
Let's see if there's anything
Go
else.
ahead. Go ahead and hit him a few more times before I drop him.
Alright, and I guess continue firing.
Target down.
Hey, fuck it. Do talking guns on him, you guys. Nico, you burst first. Whoever's with Gabe, burst second.
Alright.
Okay,
Alright.
talking guns.
Okay,
Firing.
Inko.
Fire. Fire. Target down.
You don't have to worry about him popping up. Just fucking.
Gabe, yours is a little bit low.
Alright, hold your fire. I'm gonna drop him.
Reloading.
Say again.
Good shit. I
You're
love
so-
talking guns.
At the end, like your one of yours were a little bit low.
We all love
they were
talking
pretty much
guns,
original
man.
script, so it was probably
You're awesome,
just
man.
dependent.
It's like
on
that
I did it.
Sword and
We
roller
did a little
skates.
50 cal course, and we did it with 50 calibers. It was like the greatest sound ever.
Alright, you take the gun, Gabe.
Hey, Brent.
Huh?
Can I see it? Let me ask you something back here where we're out of these guys. I can show you better back here.
Gabe.
Fuck!
Reference.
That was
Close
so
times.
weird. My guy just got up and started vaulting against my will.
You pressed B.
Let's go. No, I didn't. I'm ready to shoot.
Alright.
Oh, Inko. Left to the pine trees.
Seen.
Center of the lane.
Targets on the shot.
350 meters.
Left of pine tree,
500.
center of lane, 350 meters.
Roger.
I know it's wrong, but we'll adjust.
No, I think it's 600, but I'm gonna go with what you do just so we can practice.
350 meters.
All right.
Where do we get up to?
Not
Wind is a little
seen.
bit down and to the right.
You have the 4 pine trees, then left of it you have 1 pine tree, and then 10 meters to the left of that pine tree,
Copy.
that's
Fire.
where the targets are. 2 targets.
I forgot all the methods.
Open fire.
Over there.
Over there, 3 meters to the left, range was good.
On target.
I'm aiming a little bit above now.
Fire again. Yeah. Keep,
Those are mine.
Yeah, you're
Alright,
on
those are.
target. On target.
yeah, keep up the fire. 1 target down, 2 targets down. Target back up.
Can really notice the wind effect at this
Adjust right
distance.
to me.
It's coming left to right, slightly towards us.
Gabe on target.
Yeah, you're going up a little bit high.
Gabe, drop 50 onto CC. Bullets across the ground.
Target down,
Yeah, that's good. That's on target.
back up.
They're pretty much utterly destroyed down there.
There's a target close.
Eyes on.
100
Instrument
meters.
range, 100
Fire.
meters. Open fire. Down.
My mouse is like, is it just my mouse, or do I feel like each time you move your mouse, it just moves a little bit too much? You know.
You wanna go to the close one, Inko, or do you wanna keep up the fire on the one
And I think
we were engaging earlier?
meter adjustment so the range
There's a close one
can just leave that down to
right in front of us,
I think using dead zone.
less than
helps a
100
lot.
meters.
Oh, okay. The,
Target down.
Try putting on dead zone. It makes very subtle movements easy.
I'll try that now. Wait.
Yeah, dude, that's so nice.
What level do you have it on? It's on a sliding scale. I'll try that.
Target in the middle of the lane, left of the pine tree.
Alright. Alright, I'm ready to shoot.
Same position as before.
Right, stand by, looking for targets.
Roger.
350 meters.
Wait, 350.
Gabe, target, reference, close pines, left side, shell scrape.
I was on.
Scratch that. Okay, new target, reference, close pines, left side.
No, that's too close.
That's
That's
350 meters.
At 100 meters, 4 vehicles.
Seen.
oh,
in the
then
See.
oh no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's yeah, 600. I'm sorry. Oh, damn it.
600?
Yeah, 600.
Wind is
It's the
down
same
a little
point we were firing up earlier.
Place your
Arrow,
aiming
that's
post
pretty far out.
on the left pine.
There are
Range.
4 new targets, black boxes, bunkers, I suppose.
Fire when ready.
Range
Fire.
700.
Oh, copy. Fire.
Range 700.
Middle of the lane.
Drop 100.
1 target to the right of the lone pine tree. 3 to the left of it.
Left 10.
Fire again. A little bit more to the right. 10 meters. At 50.
Reverse fire to the left 100 meters.
Copy.
Right 20 meters.
Keep traversing. Oh, that's right.
This is the tough part
Oh, I
of
think I hit one.
spotting because
Yeah, I think so.
Holy
wind
shit.
isn't synchronized.
That's a good
No, and okay, target is down. Target is back up. There's
Switching target.
3 more targets to the
Alright guys,
left of the pine
gather
tree.
back on me by the board right here under the
Anyone
pavilion.
hit this mag?
Everybody?
A little. Okay, target is down. Move to the center.
Supposed to move back to the board, I think.
Target's down.
Oh, I was talking. I didn't hear.
I think said over the radio. They're supposed to
sounds
move
good.
back to the board.
Okay.
I think he wanted us back.
Well,
on
all
that.
targets are down anyway.
Back to the board. Nobody
Yeah.
said anything about burning off mags.
We're moving, we're moving.
Back to the board.
Enix. Yeah. I will do this with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Alright guys, you see how communication helps out a lot, because those 800-meter targets, a lot of people couldn't even see them with the naked eye. So, like I was saying, a lot of targets or areas you're gonna be suppressing. You're not gonna be able to see anybody. Well, where is Ash here?
Ash?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
Mainly-
Me and Ash, Ash, what was that mission? I was your gunner, you was my assistant. I literally couldn't see anything he was telling me to shoot at. I ended up getting 4 kills because he was just walking me on target.
Yeah, I think that was one of King's
I forgot what that was. But it was using like a water tower as a reference point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I couldn't see anything because there was a couple trees in the way, but he could see them, and he was walking me on target, and I ended up getting like 4 or 5 kills that mission. So communication is very much important. Go ahead.
One single point, and that is that the windage is not synchronized. And the effect of the wind is not synchronized across clients.
Yeah, well,
So
the
the
wind.
spotter does not see the same bullet trajectory as the gunner
That,
is.
alright, I've been noticing that. I thought my bullets were landing somewhere else than what he was saying.
What do you
I
mean?
was thinking the same.
Yeah,
Like, I
the-
see my bullets landing, like, really far in front and off target, and then he said move right, and it was on target, even though I didn't see, like, the... That was weird.
Oh,
I
so
don't
you're
know.
saying from person to person is different what you're looking at?
Yeah, the,
Yeah, like the trajectory of the bullet and where it lands. is
Yeah. See, that's why I was saying with Orm is kind of crazy.
yeah.
I
So as
wonder
far
if
as the
there-
spotter is concerned, he does not see how the wind affects the bullet for the gunner.
Yeah.
It seems like they're
I mean,
firing
if we all
straight from the
all
gun.
grab kestrels, they might all say different readings.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
Yeah.
probably.
Anyways, you know, do
All right,
your
guys.
best as far as Arma allows you to.
But that's it. If anybody doesn't have any questions, you're good to go. If you want to grab some of the scoped weapons and
Do a little practice with the 7.62s.
yeah, do a little practice. They got the ammo box has got all kinds of shit in there from the machine gun course, so you guys can try out different weapons, different
Let's go.
different ballistics. But yeah, that's it. You're good to go. If not, leave some feedback in the thread with the course if you want, because I'm trying to be an instructor to share my knowledge with other people.
Oh, hell yes. Right on, right on.
But
I don't understand. If you've applied already, you've already taught courses. I would have vouched for you for that advanced CQB course anyways.
well, because I went away for a while because my computer was fucking up and I had some shit going on, so I quit like playing, but I'm back. So
Yeah. You're back, baby.
yep. All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Like I said, you all did good with the communication. Everybody was talking. Just remember that communication. Always be talking, whether you're talking about drinking or whatever. Just
always be close.
You want good rapport with your between your assistant and your gunner.
So
Right,
who's gonna stick around?
What time did you? Sorry, Aquafresh. What time did we start this course? Was it
about 2 hours ago?
2 hours ago. 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
That was way longer than I intended, but okay.
But it was very good. Very informative.
Happens.
I learned a lot.
Yeah,
If anybody
USC
wants to
calls
stay
it
for a
up.
little while, I'm sure we'll be happy to take questions or do specific stuff with
Yeah.
7.62s.
And also, guys, I'm uploading on YouTube. This basically broken down into like 4 videos. So if ever you need like something answered, they'll be on YouTube.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks for course. Thanks for stepping up and creating this unofficial AR course. Pretty damn great.
Brent, you want the comments in the same thread that you posted the course?
Yeah, that'll work.
And
Yeah,
for the
then-
record, UOTC calls always take longer than planned.
No, they don't. Godhand used to do them exactly on time. He used to end
Yeah,
late.
I was,
when they're supposed to end.
God Hand's like almost to the minute, I think.
Godhand's good at that. I am not. Every single one of my courses has gone over.
I can
Well,
vouch
it's,
for
I think it's
by hours sometimes.
and Aqua. I think it's really important to start exactly on time and to end exactly on time. It's very
When
important.
I set a time as 1800, I don't actually intend to start at 1800. This is a little secret, but I intend to start at 1815. It's just instead of calling the mission show up at 1745, I just intend to start 15 minutes later. I always start on time. I just don't intend to start when I put the time. I put the time for 15 minutes before.
I'm like that for college.
Well, I
We're
put it
15 minutes late.
Yeah, I go at 15 minutes before because I know that people are going to be late, and I know that people are going to need time to sync up their mods, so they're going to need that extra time. So I demand that they be there at a certain time, and then expect to start 15 minutes later. Kind of work my way around it as best I can.
Yo, Brent, how do we what is it? Vote for you on the thread. Where is it? Can you put out a link so we can just help? So I can help out with that.
Wait,
There
what
are
happened?
no votes.
Like whatever. You said you want to be a UOTC instructor. I thought you said.
Yeah, there's no votes.
Yeah, there's
what-
not voting.
The feedback, there's a UOTC feedback thread. I'll link it.
Yeah. Post some positive shit.
I thought you wanted it on the same thread that you posted the course.
Oh yeah, any kind of feedback.
Oh,
just
I
put
just
it on
realized. I just
on the
realized that
thread.
this is not an official course, so you can't use the official.
Yeah, you
UOTC
can't use the
feedback.
official feedback. Just put it on the thread I posted with the date and all that stuff.
Copy.
The sign up, pretty much.